Hello, my YouTube family. Welcome back to Melda242. I am Remelda, and today I'm making fruit cakes. It's Christmas cakes. We're still doing it here. Watch me do it. Okay, let's begin. I'm beginning with a packet of dry dates. They have already been cut up into little pieces. All right. Now the pineapple. Oh, they're chunky. Okay. Prunes. Raisins. I have the black raisins and the golden raisins. So I'm just doing a half cup of each. My favorite is the golden raisins. Oh my word. Do you know that they're made from grapes? The golden ones are from the white grapes and the black ones are from the black grapes. They're just dried grapes. You have raisins. Now my orange peel. Instead of buying it from the store, I made my own. Peeled an orange and I allowed it to dry for the peel or the skin to dry for a couple of days. Cut it up with the scissors. There you have it. Now we have some green cherries and some almonds. Now the green cherries, they look like that because they weren't in liquid. They began to crystallize. I think they were just in some sugar or something. I got them out of the store just like that. That's some almonds. The red cherries, I was able to find the ones in the liquid. So the red cherries are more loose. That's the liquid that the red cherries were in. So I'm just using that. Some brandy. That one is finished. I had that for a while. Now my hubby got a new one for me. Just a half cup. No more than that. Get all of that mixed up. Then I'm going to allow it to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. Do not allow it to boil now. Red cherries, I almost forgot those. Come, I need that. Looks like Christmas in there already. Oh my word. I'm going to coat all of them with all of that goodness inside. Okay, before putting it on the heat, just gonna cut them down a little smaller, the larger ones. That's the prune. Make 4 pieces out of that, just so that we can have a lot of it throughout the cake. You know how that is. Okay. That's it. Pineapple. Cut that down. Because this is dried and it's going to be hard to chew. Now I'm just allowing them to simmer on medium. No boiling. For a couple of minutes. 3 minutes most. Max. Look at that. Lord goodness. Oh my word. This is going to be a fruity, nutty cake. Gonna allow this to cool before adding it to the batter. Just like that. Look at that. Shut it off after 3 minutes and allow it to cool because I don't want them to be smushy, just soft. To that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. Okay, now it's time for the batter. I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter. Now this calls for white sugar as well as brown sugar. So I'm just going to make my own dark sugar with the granulated sugar and some molasses. So I have 2 cups of sugar and a 1/4 cup of molasses. Mix it all together and then there you have it, dark brown sugar, all in one. because that's all brown sugar is. White sugar with molasses. Make your own. Why buy two types of sugar? Just white sugar with molasses in it. Allspice, a half teaspoon of this. Okay. Tossing this cake up today. Cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Almond flavor, you want a teaspoon of this. Vanilla flavor, you want 2 tablespoons of. I love vanilla, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons. Oh yes, toss it up. Rich. Now whatever I'm using in my cake and you don't want in your cake, you don't have to add it. Salt. You know I always say, feel free to add, multiply, subtract, or divide. Jazz up my recipes. Fix it up to your liking. You know what you can take. Salt. That's a teaspoon of salt. Get all of that combined before adding it to the butter. Nice and rich. Look at it. Okay. My recipes are just a guide. So, alter them as much as you can, as best as you can. Whatever you don't want, don't add it in. These are not gospel. Oh no. Mix this until it is nice and creamy. Just like that. Of course, the mixer is on medium. Give this a good scraping down. And I remember as a little girl growing up, mommy making fruitcakes. And she would soak them for days, weeks. Like when it's getting near Christmas. And you were not allowed to touch them until Christmas Day. So, man, every time you go into the kitchen, you would smell this. Oh boy, that was torture. 5 eggs, room temperature eggs. Now you're going to add these one at a time. 1 cup of milk. Yes, I said that was really torture. Couldn't touch it. So now I'm making my own. I make them even when it's not Christmas now. When it's not Christmas time and I feel like eating a fruitcake, I whip one up. So it's nice when you know how to do stuff. Make yourself happy. And you know what's in it. Pineapple juice. So I'm using 2 cups of this. Now you can use pineapple juice, apple juice, grape juice, orange juice, whichever type juice you have, work it. I'm using pineapple juice in my fruitcake today. Oh yes. I love pineapple juice and hubby loves pineapple juice. Okay. Now I'm going to sieve 4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder before adding it to the wet ingredients. It's the baking powder. The cherries on the side some of that is gonna be added in a little later, and I'm gonna save some to decorate the top of the cakes. Okay. Baking powder. All right. Get that in a bit at a time. So you're going to add flour, then you're going to mix, add, then mix until you have used up all of the flour. Now you're going to mix this until you would not see any traces of the flour at the end. Okay, start it off on low and then you increase the speed to medium. Yes, you're going to continue mixing until there's no trace of flour. Okay, just added a little brandy just to smooth it out. It was a little stiff. It was stiffening up after all of that flour. So just a tablespoon of brandy. Now that's optional. If you want to add milk, feel free. But I'm just jazzing it up a bit. Again, with a little bit more of this brandy. Just like that. Nice and steady, smooth. Of course, the mixer is on medium. And I'm still doing my thing here. I'm still bringing it home, bringing the restaurant home. Now it's time for the fruits. They have already been cooled, so it's time to add them in. Look at that. All right. This is what I am talking about here. Fold it in nicely. This is fruitcake. Okay. Nutty and fruity. It's going to be so delicious. Oh my word, look at that. Look. No soaking fruits for weeks and months. No, none of that. Everything is done the same day. I remember growing up as a child, mommy would have these soaking for weeks. Oh my word. And a couple weeks before Christmas, she would make the cake. Have that soaking. And man, that was torture as a child growing up. The cake is in the kitchen. All wrapped up with instructions not to touch until Christmas morning. So, man, as a child, I remember just going in the kitchen, just shifting it around, longing, drooling, if only. So I'm just going to add some extra nuts. Just going to coat them with the flour. Just like that. A palmful. The walnuts and now some almonds. Now, you don't have to add the extras if you don't want them in, but this is Christmas time. Flour them just like that to make sure that they're not all going to the bottom, just so that they can just, they wouldn't sink. Stay in the area that they are in, just like that. Everything, flour and all in. What is Christmas like without fruitcake? I'm adding some more green cherries. These are crystallized. They weren't in the liquid like the red cherries. I think they were in some kind of sugar or syrup or something, and they just crystallized. That's why they look like that. But they're good. Extras, that's the extra. Look at the Christmas cake. Get it all mixed up. Just like that. Look at this. I love fruitcakes. I do. There's so many different names. Fruitcake, black cake, Christmas cake, whatever. Here in the Bahamas, we call it fruitcakes. Fruitcakes. This is a Christmas cake. All of the colors, all of the goodness, right in one cake. Now I added a few extra raisins. That's the black raisins and the golden raisins. Greasing the pan. The pan was greased with butter. I'm just adding a little bit of flour so that the cake would not stick to the pan. Just like that. I'm working the flour. Okay, I'm getting 3 pans out of this. And I'm doing it in my loaf pan. Now you can use the round cake pan if you wish. But I just like them in the loaf pan. Easier to handle. To me, that's my opinion. Feel free to use your round 9-inch pan. But I just like the crust. So, ready for the oven. Loaf pan would be great for me. They are ready for the oven. Look at that. My oven is set to 350 degrees. And they're going to go until my insertion comes out clean. Right now, I'm just poking some holes throughout the cakes. Right out of the oven. With this skewer. Then I'm going to just add this mixture. This is melted butter, pineapple juice, and some brandy all over them. just like that. This is gonna add moisture to the cake and causes it to stay nice and fresh. Cure it then. So after doing this, you can take them right out of the pan and wrap them up in plastic. And these cakes can last for months. In the freezer or out of the freezer, right on the countertop. As long as you feed it with this mixture every 3 days or so, they would be just as fresh. This is Bahamian fruitcake. Oh my word. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to allow it to cool in the pan before turning them out. About 10 minutes. They should come out easily. Turn it down first, leave it for a few seconds. There you have it. That's it. Slip right out. Then I'm going to add a little bit more of this, of the mixture over the bottom of the cake and the sides. Just to make sure before wrapping it up in the plastic. So I'm doing 3. The big one would be for us, and the other 2 are Christmas gifts. Okay, these are fruitcakes made with lots of love. Wrap it up just like that. Seal nicely. It is still warm now. Okay, just like that. What is Christmas like without Christmas cake, without fruitcake? You get the ham, you get the turkey. You have the macaroni and cheese, the peas and rice, the crab and rice, all the works. Now afterwards, a slice of fruitcake. Oh my word. That's how we do it here in the Bahamas. We go large on Christmas Day. Just like that. Ready for the refrigerator or the freezer. There you have it. That's Bahamian fruitcake. Thank you very much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Share it out. God bless you. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one. Please watch the ads now.